Hello folks, something a little bit different for you today. We're at Thorpe Park for Fright Nights, which involves lots of rides being closed. Andy's off at his respite care. We dropped him off in Boston this morning. Lucy's over at a sleepover. So it's me, Anna, and Amy is over there somewhere as well. It's already gone 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We've turned up quite late in the day because it took us so long to get here. It's not that much of a big deal because, as the sign suggests, a whole load of the rides are closed. As we were walking through the car park, where you'd normally expect to see loads and loads of roller coasters moving, there's pretty much nothing moving. That's not really why we're here. We're here for the Fright Night. We've never been to Fright Night before. Anna went to Scarefest at Alton Towers years ago, before I existed, but I've never done anything like this before. It's Walking Dead themed. I don't know how much of it we're going to be able to do with Amy here, but we're going to go and have some fun and see some zombies. And when it starts to get dark, it's going to be awesome. The park's open till 10 o'clock tonight. Oh, it's going to be good fun. As if we weren't already excited about The Walking Dead being back on TV tonight as well. Perfect timing. Well, we've just done the Walking Dead Sanctum maze thing, which, if you've ever been to like the London Dungeons, it's a lot like that. Just lots of people jumping out at you. Amy, the 11-year-old girl who's with us, completely fine. Anna ran away twice.
Yeah, because they weren't on me. They left her alone. I had someone try and she was stroking my hair. It was weird.
Yeah. Just a message to the good people of Thorpe Park. It says on all the signs, and you give us a speech on the way in, we're not going to touch you, don't touch us.
No, they might touch you.
They're stroking our head and all sorts.
Breathing in my ear.
Yeah, the amount of them who press themselves up against me, I might go round again and just start pressing myself up against them and see what happens. Yeah, Anna didn't really like that, did you?
I was like, the whole aesthetic was fine, but people touching my hair and telling me they're going to chop my arms and legs off while I'm still alive so I can hear myself scream, no.
Nice. I think it'd be pretty cool at night, but like that it was a little bit odd. I also got told off for filming in the maze, so I guess I'm not allowed to film in there. Anna's just stripping for you to make up for the fact that we didn't get any footage in there. But yeah, I don't know how much of it we're going to be able to film. It is, well, it's not really, it's like 12 degrees, it's pretty chilly. But when you've been running away from zombies like you have, I imagine you work up a sweat. You two know you're about to get wet, don't you?
Yeah.
I'm just going to back away with the camera. I warned them. There's so much Walking Dead merch in the shop. This was worth coming for just for this. So many pop vinyls. Well, me and Amy have just gone on the wettest ride in the universe. You chickened out. What happened there?
Because you got on and I couldn't get on. My legs wouldn't fit.
You should have said.
You are.
I thought you were going to do what I did. I just sort of perched my bum on the side and spun round.
Just could not get in.
No, I didn't know. She just walked off. I didn't know what was happening. But
Because I don't need help to get over.
she was freaking out all the way up there.
And then when we sat down,
Yeah. We didn't get wet on the way down at all. But then when you sat in the pool at the bottom.
and when you get out,
Yeah, we didn't get wet at all going down the ride.
They put their shoes up and they poured water out their shoes.
Oh yeah, everyone else had their feet up. I've got my waterproof shoes on. But the boat was filling up as we were sitting at the bottom. But it was good fun. I'm just very wet, and because it was raining before we went on and I had my hood up, I now have hood hair as well. So priority one is find me a hat. Look at my hair. And of course we need to get Anna on a ride now as well. While me and Amy stand and watch so that we're even. Derren Brown Ghost Train. We're intrigued, but it says minimum age 13, she's 11. And it's got a 150-minute wait, so I think that's probably something that if we really, really want to do it, me and Anna will just come back on our own at some point before our Merlin passes expire. Which we've still got like 8 or 9 months left on our Merlin passes, so there's plenty of time for us to come and have a go on that without this one and without the 2.5 hour queue. on Fright Night. Well, it seems my hair gets worse and worse the longer I stand out in the rain. Where's the light coming from? The light's coming from, oh goodness me, look at my hair. I look like I've got a sensible adult's haircut. We've just been on another one of the mazes, platform 15. If you're bringing kids to Thorpe Park Fright Night, don't go on that one. It's more jump scare type stuff, similar to what the Walking Dead one was like. I'm glad we did it while it was still light out, so if we'd have done that after dark, both of these two would have been panicky. But poor old Amy, you didn't like that, did you? But she's calming. Well, I didn't know which side to have her on, but she's alright now, look, composing herself with her Fanta. No, she's fine. But lots of, it was alright, I think you were coping with it until we got to the big long tunnel that's just pitch black. So I'm walking along with my phone light on. Every zombie who comes up to us leaps up to Amy and goes, and then to me, excuse me sir, can you put your phone away please? Which completely takes you out of the scariness of the experience. Imagine if they did that in The Walking Dead. You're not allowed phones in here, and I argued with one of them, and she said, yes, but what if you drop it? I'm not going to drop it, I'm just using it for light. Look, she's scared. But I think what they need, and I know to be fair to them, they do say, don't let kids under 13 in there. They warn you it's going to be scary. But a door halfway along that you can just leave through wouldn't have been the worst thing in the world.
There was one, really late.
Oh, what's that?
Then he was like, so I watched the door closed, then he was like, the only way out is to go through there.
Oh, okay.
So obviously he was only letting people out like...
Well, okay, I'll make a deal with you both. Despite them being my favourite thing, we won't do any more of the mazes. Yeah, I'm terrified of roller coasters, I hate them, but I love all that. These two, completely the opposite. They'll go on roller coasters for the rest of the evening.
Kevin, I won't even play horror games because I don't like
I know.
them.
Is there any more of that stuff then? I don't think there is there? I think it was just those two, maybe.
The actual Walking Dead one.
Right, let's go and find something fun to do. I'm also getting a bit peckish. Might have to eat at some point. I swear these two aren't wired right, because I'm looking at this thinking it looks like some kind of torture. These two don't mind the look of this, whereas the scary stuff, you don't want to go on it.
I do.
You do. We did when we came here like 5 years ago. We didn't go on here, did we? I was too afraid. Back when I used to ride roller coasters, I was too afraid to go on this one. This is Saw. It just looks horrible. Have a look at this. I mean, that's just nasty. Nasty.
Like them rollers used to go round, so the big saw things used to actually go round.
Horrible. Even if these two weren't forbidding it at this point, the Saw live action horror maze, 2 hour wait for that. I like a horror maze. I don't 2 hour wait like a horror maze. So we'll move on back in this direction, I think. Somewhere around this spot is where when me and Anna came here about 5 years ago, I officially announced my retirement from roller coasters.
Why are we back?
Why are we back on this spot?
Why are we back to this hall?
She's in a right grumpy today. What have you been miserable for?
I'm not being miserable, but all we've done is walk around.
She's the reason we're here. The queue for the Saw maze behind me. It does look cool. These two, not so impressed with it all. The rain stopped again. The sun is almost down. There's some pretty cool skies going on behind us over there. We've done a complete lap of the park. We've been here, what, 3 hours? And we've done a complete lap of the park, including 2 of the mazes and 1 ride that Anna didn't go on. So poor old Anna has missed out on the 1 ride we've been on and hated the 2 mazes. The only
last maze, I was just like...
indifferent to it.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued by a self-freezing cola, but I don't have any cash, so I can't get one of those. We're kind of at a point where we're thinking we may have made a bit of a boo-boo, because I don't know this is for us. I would quite happily go on the remaining 2 mazes, and that would take us through till about 10 o'clock. So we've both got 2 hour queues. So queue for 2 hours, go in a maze, another 2 hour queue, go in another maze, it's 10 o'clock, park closes, I'm sorted. These two would hate doing that, but also the rides that are more for Amy's age group, they all seem to be closed to make way for the mazes. So it's kind of a choice of massive roller coasters that she doesn't really want to go on, or the mazes that she definitely doesn't want to go on. So I think we might just go to the beach. We're next to a smoke machine. This is purely for my own amusement. Once it kicks off again, I'm doing my world famous Goldberg impression. Here comes the smoke. Maybe. It's almost like there's a man controlling it and doesn't want me to turn into Goldberg. Have we got any razors so I can shave my head before I do this impression? At least I trimmed my beard a little bit for today. Yeah, my hair, goodness me. Oh, here we go. Goldberg. There you go. Goldberg. Hold on, Amy's gonna be Amy's gonna be Gilberg. Hold on. I apologise if you don't like wrestling and you have no idea what we were just talking about. But it amused me and it'll amuse the wrestling lot. I don't remember this being here last time we came here. Angry Birds Land. This is awesome. Ignore everything I said about doing a complete lap of the park. Somehow we completely missed this whole area that's got all the cool Angry Bird stuff in, which is very cool.
Hey Brace!
There you go, there in the video. There's even an Angry Birds roller coaster. This is awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we found the teacups. What we didn't find is the way in. This is just a closed gate. The other side, I guess. We really like the teacups. Okay, everything I ever loved or cared about is gone. We're just getting to the front of the queue for teacups, and the woman gleefully announced over the announcer, "Ladies and gentlemen, please be aware this is the last ride of the day on teacups. Please make the most of it." I'm sat here almost dropping to the floor crying. I can't make the most of it. If you'd have waited to... hold on. I'm so sad about it. I'm just going to sit with the Tetley tea man until they reopen it. You're blocking all the lights.
Sorry, what is that?
I'm just going to sit here with the Tetley tea man. I'm so upset. It's the one thing I really wanted to do. I mentioned earlier where I retired from roller coasters. This Stealth, that's why I retired from roller coasters. And she's trying to convince me to go back on it.
You went on it once.
Yeah, and I nearly died. That's the day I decided I needed to go and get my blood pressure sorted out. Okay, this is getting sadder and sadder now. We walked up this way to come on the rapids. As we walked past, the lights for the teacups went off. I don't know if you can see because it's dark. There's not actually any water in the rapids. It's just completely drained. Yeah, Anna's going to stick a light on for us. That doesn't really help, but it's completely drained. So no rapids for us tonight either. This is my sad face for future reference. Well, we just tried again with the, whatever it is, storm surge. You were even going to go on this time, weren't you? But we got to the front of the queue.
There's like 6 inches of water.
Yeah, it would have been like climbing into a paddling pool. We'd have been in ankle deep water before the ride even started. So we just kind of turned around and gave up on it. I'm getting hungry. We need food. Well, Anna's finally been on a ride, the flying fish. We still haven't had any food. I'm starting to get growly. We just grabbed... There's some long queue. We're just grabbing some food in the restaurant. The queues for everything are like 2.5 hours. What was it called, the thing we went on? Yeah. The platform 15 thing that we did with the dark tunnel. 70-minute queue. Just lots and lots of very long queues. More importantly though, we're sat watching this. It's gone up like 15 since we've been sat at this table waiting for our dinner to arrive. Any second now we're going to be celebrating 12,000 subs. I don't get it either, but thank you. How are the queues? So they've got, what's the big top? Is there's a lot of mazes here, isn't it? The big top is a circus and one. What's the time? It's 7:30. But once we've eaten this, we might venture back out and have one more lap. We'll see how we feel. See how sleepy this one is after she's had a half pint of Italian beer. Oh! Yeah! Well, oh, my hair's even worse. Good job it's dark so you can't see it. We made it as far as about 8:15. I know you can't really see me properly, I hope you can hear me. It kind of all got a little bit drunken and loud and people shouting in Amy's face. It wasn't even like an actor, just a random member of the public just screamed into her face with a plastic sword. When we were at dinner, the people in the bar were getting special offer Jaeger bombs. It's just not really our scene, it's not really what we were expecting. I don't know, I was expecting to turn up and just be the normal theme park in the dark with a few pumpkins and people dressed as zombies knocking around. Yeah, that's what Scarefest at Alton Towers is. Here seems to be very much targeted at a teenage drinking demographic. Not really our thing. Don't want to make too much of a big deal about the fact I've got my camera on, but here come the blue flashing lights, which kind of says it all really. It's not the first time we've seen this since we've been here this afternoon. Ultimately, this is why it's a good thing that we've got Merlin passes, because we can try a day like this and not feel bad that we've wasted our money, because it's not cost us anything other than the petrol to get here and the food we've eaten while we've been here. Yeah, which we got a massive discount on. It was a really nice meal, 20% discount. It's all good. I would have been distraught if we'd have spent 150 quid on tickets to get in for that, because like I say, I think it's an ambulance actually, because it just wasn't our thing. But at least we know if we get Merlin passes again, Fright Nights at Thorpe Park, we won't bother. We'll go to Scarefest at Alton Towers, which is more family friendly, family focused stuff, which is more up our street. So it's a learning experience, and now you've learnt too. What we now have is like a 2.5 hour drive home. So
I'm trying to find the car.
This is great for teenagers.
oh yeah, if you're watching this and you're 19, you live fairly local and you like Jaeger bombs, you'll be all over that. It'll be brilliant. It's just not really a family event, which I guess if we'd have done any research about, we could have found that out for ourselves. But
they don't allow filming in any of the mazes. It doesn't give you a taste of what's happening. So
no.
When we take Amy into a seemingly innocent train one, it turns out to be terrifying.
Yeah, it was on us that we took her in the Walking Dead one, but actually she didn't mind that.
I'll admit I did cry a lot in the second one.
Yeah, that second one though, really wasn't her cup of tea. Right, while I've got a little bit of light on my face from a floodlight, let's close out today's vlog. If you have enjoyed it, please make sure you give it a nice big thumbs up for us. Subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more. Thank you very much for watching. Say bye you two.
Bye.
So enthusiastic, aren't they? Anna's got uni tomorrow morning, by the way. We've got, if I drive fast, we'll be home by 10:30. And then we've got to leave again in the morning at like 8 to get to the uni on time.
Wait,
This is probably a bad idea.
Get in the car at 8.
8:30 then. Yeah.